But yeah, let's just stop that for now because I need to go back to YouTube real quick. Because this thing's about to get started. Oh hey, this is still running in the background, that's weird. Right, okay then, so... Wait, did they start early? I guess I missed the start of it then. I mean, why did they say it started at 4, but they start a little bit sooner than that? Or is this a screenshot? I can't tell if this is frozen today. Okay, well, here we go.
Crash, I really don't want the dirt that you have on Cortex.
I think I'm having some issues right now.
No. This is the Crash 4 trailer.
For real?
I'm having issues with this right now.
Oh,
Why
it's
is it doing this?
About time.
Exactly.
How do I change the quality on this real quick? For fuck's sake. I mean the live stream was working fine earlier, but here we go. I was just in time for the trailer. Oh god, time for content claiming. Gonna turn that way down. So yeah, here's Crash Bandicoot 4. Sorry for the weird abrupt thing there. I had to like fill that time gap because I wasn't gonna watch that fucking musical performance for 20 minutes. But yeah, this looks pretty cool. Again, being made by Toys for Bob, the guys that did the Spiral Reignited trilogy, so... Oh, you can play as Cortex as well. Cool. Has Cortex ever been playable in a Crash game? I've turned the music way down because I know this song's going to get content claimed, and I'm hoping that me speaking over it will prevent me from getting the video content claimed, because you know how YouTube is. Seems like there's a new Uka or Aku mask or whatever you call that thing. Also, it's coming out pretty soon.
3. Really? Only 3? Funny. Seemed like more.
I think I recognize that voice actor there.
That's right. There's the big news. Crash for a brand new Crash game. It is coming this October. And right now I am joined by Paul from Toys for Bob to tell us about the brand new Crash game. Paul, we have been waiting for so long for something new from Crash. Of course, Activision has done some amazing remasters of the Crash trilogy and CTR, but this is a brand new Crash game built from the ground up.
That's right. It's hard to believe, but it's been over 10 years since we've seen an original new entry into the series, so I'm delighted to finally unveil this secret that we've been sitting on for a while. It's the brand new Crash 4, It's About Time. And it's a play on the fact that we've been waiting for so long, but also it's a game that's literally about time.
Yeah, I want to get into it because the trailer is filled with so much information. I mean, you know, playable Neo Cortex, Coco, Crash, but I'm curious, like, what, you know, you guys had worked on, you know, the remasters of Crash, but now to
Cortex has been playable before.
I'm sure so
yeah,
much
I've only ever played the first
about,
Crash
like,
game on that
what's
insane
gonna
trilogy.
be
I
a
haven't played 2
worthy,
and 3 yet.
Follow on, calling it Crash 4. How did you guys approach this? Like, what kind of game did you want to build?
Yeah, I guess the first thing is we asked ourselves, where did we want to start? And though technically this is the 8th game in this series, all of the fan reception that was coming out of the Insane trilogy, we wanted to go back to the original trilogy and start from that. We're deliberately calling this Crash 4 because we want to key it off of the original trilogy that was developed by Naughty Dog. And that was certainly a high point in the series, both critically and commercially. And so that's where the events are going to key off of. We're starting right at the end of that when Dr. Neocortex, Entropy, and Uka Uka have been banished to this distant planet. And they finally found a way, after many fruitless attempts, they found a way to break out. And in doing so, they've torn this gigantic hole in the universe and exposed the fact that there's a multiverse. So it's going to be up to the Bandicoots, Crash, and Coco to restore that order by reuniting the 4 great quantum masks.
The gameplay style, I think, a lot of people were probably wondering, hey, Crash in 2020, how much of it is, the more linear, classic Crash levels, and of course now, like, people wonder, like, is it an open world Crash game? How are you doing it? Like, tell us about balancing kind of the old style of gameplay, which is certainly not broken.
I'm glad that we're getting to see like lots of gameplay here and not just like a 2-minute trailer
of gameplay. Based on the trailer, it looks like you're being kind of.
But yeah, it looks like a very faithful like follow up to the original Crash games.
3D open world, but is that correct? Like, how did you approach the actual style of the gameplay?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. I think what we've heard was that people have found that style of gameplay to be really refreshing to return to. And so we wanted to key off of that. And when we observe some of the other games and platformers and how they've evolved over time, you're totally right. They've gone to a place where they're a little bit more open in nature. And as a consequence, the challenges and things that you interact with are a little bit more sparse and spread out. It encourages exploration, and maybe there's a little bit more focus on collection and combat. But when we think about classic Crash gameplay, it's dense and it's focused, and it's really the streams of hazards and the challenges, the platforming challenges, they come and there's almost a rhythmic quality to it and how reliable it is. And I know that for me, when I learn a level and I understand the nuance of the timing and the placement of all the different hazards, you can enter into a sort of flow state when you understand that kind of musicality.
Multiple playable characters. How are you doing that? Is it kind of like by level, or how, like we saw Coco and Neo playable in there? How does that work sort of in the scheme of the gameplay?
So Crash and Coco, you're going to be able to choose between them at any point in time, and they share the same moveset. Over the course of the adventure, you're going to encounter some new friends, some familiar faces. And you're right, there's going to be some new playable characters. We're teasing today Dr. Neo Cortex. He's got a completely different moveset from Crash and Coco. So where the Bandicoots kind of barrel through and they've got the ability to spin and slide and belly slam, Dr. Neo Cortex is he's a little bit more of a cerebral character. He's a mad scientist, he's got inventions, and he relies on his intellect. So he's got a ray gun that he carries around with him. And that ray gun has the ability to transmogrify hazards and enemies into platforms. And he can choose between changing them into a static solid platform or a bouncy platform that gives him access to higher elevations. So his gameplay and the levels that are built specifically for his moveset is going to be a completely different flavor. It's going to be a little bit more strategic, a little bit more cerebral. Yeah. And I think players are going to have to be a little bit more thoughtful about when to encounter a hazard, whether or not to change it into a platform, and what type of platform they're going to need at that point in the obstacle.
Wow. It seems ambitious that you're adding more elements to it. And then also you mentioned the masks. How do those work?
So the quantum masks, there's 4 of them in this game, and over the course of the adventure, they're scattered across the universe. You're going to have to rescue them from the clutches of certain bosses, both familiar and new. The quantum mask, 2 of them that we're talking about today, is the time mask and the gravity mask. And masks in this franchise, they've got a lot of personality. They've got their own names and their own voices and their own powers. So the time mask, her name is Kapunawa. And when Crash uses Kapunawa, he's got the ability to slow down time to a crawl. So for obstacles that are beyond, just way too fast to interface with at normal speeds, he's going to be able to slow things down.
Yeah, sorry for the lack of commentary. I'm just listening for the most part.
In addition to that,
this looks pretty good. This looks really good, actually.
Which have traditionally been a one-hit, one-kill type of thing, but with the power of time,
I really should play Crash 2 and Crash 3.
Trigger that explosive.
I mean, this game's not out until October, so I've still got a few months.
That explosion obliterates everything in its path. The second mask is the gravity mask, and his name is Ika Ika. So when Crash dawns on Ika Ika, he's going to be able to flip the direction of gravity and walk on the top of ceilings, walk upside down underneath platforms to get past impossible obstacles.
I'm wondering if you can only use the gravity one in certain levels, or if you can use that in any level.
PlayStation first came out, and Activision's done a great job with the remasters, but to have a totally new game, I think, is what everyone was hoping for. And
so yeah, even though it's like framing itself as a follow-up to Crash 3, it seems like there's a lot of new mechanics and a lot of new stuff that's been added this time around.
It's awesome to see.
Really evolving the Crash formula.
Get to play it later this year.
Thanks for having me. It's a great pleasure, and I think it's
I don't know if this is coming to Switch. I think I saw box arts for Xbox One and PS4. I don't know about the Switch version.
Crash, a new version, and a new adventure at this time.
I don't know if they confirmed if it's coming to Switch yet, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Coming up shortly, but right now we are going to introduce you to Summer Game Fest tech correspondent. He is joining us from lockdown, and I'm really excited.
But yeah, Crash 4 looks really fucking good. I bet a lot of people will get excited over that.
To Alf. Alf, how's your lockdown going?
You want to talk lockdown?
Excuse me?
I'll give you lockdown. For the past 30 years, I've spent every day hiding
Remember,
from
Alf,
the United
he's
States
back.
government. So I've got some stay-at-home gaming tips for Summer Game Fest. Are you ready? Here they are. Tip number 1. Clean off all the fur from your controller every 20 minutes.
What a fucking weird way to segue from like a sequel to one of the greatest like platformers of all time.
That's a good one.
To fucking Alf on a couch giving you advice about coronavirus.
Charge your controller in the microwave. Bad idea. Learn that one
I can't process what the fuck is going on right now.
Don't play Warzone with E.T. All right? He cheats, he's a sore loser, and he doesn't know how to use airstrikes. Just doesn't understand it. Okay.
All right.
Tip 4, don't wear pants. Embrace the freedom. And with that, it's time to raid someone's stream.
No, Alf, we've got a whole Day of the Devs thing still to go. We are certainly not done yet.
Oh, I think.
So I can see the Game Awards like fucking thing back there, the little trophy, whatever you call it, statue.
It's Keeley.
But you see that there over to the left.
But thanks. Summer Game Fest.
Also, there's like a Batman thing over to the right. What is that?
Joining us, Alf. We'll see you a little later. Right now, though, we have a special announcement about something coming new to Smite. Check it out.
Never played Smite.
This world is
Avatar.
in trouble. We can't let this happen. They need our help.
That's a weird crossover, but okay. I've never watched Avatar, but I've heard it's really good. Maybe someday I'll watch that. I still need to watch through like SpongeBob, and like the remastered, rehydrated game comes out tomorrow, I think. Excuse me. Mid-sentence burps, they're the best.
All right, coming up next is Day of the Devs, but I understand, Alf, you wanted to come back on the stream already.
Since I have to stream for 24 hours on Twitch to become a partner, I might as well burn a few more minutes now.
Okay, what did you have in mind, Alf?
I want to talk to you about your fancy game consoles, because on Melmac, we were far more advanced in gaming technology. When I attended Reform School, I majored in software development, where I created what you Earthlings called Hatsune Miku.
Oh, God.
And no, it's not a sake.
Alf, we've got Day of the Devs coming up. Could you cut to the chase?
So I have to admit, I was a little confused last week when I was watching the PlayStation 5 stream and I saw everybody oohing and eyeing about all those fancy graphics. All right, now, don't get me wrong. The cat in Stray looked very nice. So realistic.
Don't forget Volcano High. That fucking game had amazing ray tracing graphics, and it was like the best looking game ever.
You guys might think Horizon Forbidden West and Gran Turismo 7 look great. Ha! Ha! On Melmac, our cave paintings had more pixels. And in our version of Grand Theft Auto, you actually did real time. Yeah. So I still have 3 stars above my head in the Andromeda Galaxy, just to let you know. I hope you guys keep improving your games, and one day, when the fur technology is good enough, maybe I will finally make my triumphant return to video games. Now, if you have any ideas, my DMs are always open, at least as soon as my account is unsuspended. Now it's time for the Day of the Devs Developer Showcase, looking at a series of inspiring new independent games. Enjoy the show and the rest of Summer Game Fest.
All right, I'm recording the audio.
These spider webs on here.
Oh, they're dead spider webs. And then I'm starting the video. So I'm starting the video, so you don't start the video.
These might be good.
So
Oh, I thought that was...
So I can do the clap. Okay? Got me, man? Ready? Okay, now don't
When I
press
heard
start, just
speaking
wait
there,
for
I
me.
thought there was, like, technical problems going on, but no, that's part of the video, I guess.
Okay, ready?
So we're going to see a bunch of indie games now, I think.
Oh, hello there. You caught me airing out my skulls. I need to have them all ready for the big Day of the Devs Summer Games Fest. We're going to be showing a lot of cool games today, and you need the skulls to be at optimum performance. All right, I think we're set. This is a child's skull.
I don't know who I Am 8-Bit are, but I've heard of Double Fine. I mean, this is Tim Schafer, so of course.
Some great indie games today and letting you meet the developers. Day of the Devs is a show we've been doing in San Francisco for many years now, and this is a special summer edition coming right into your quarantined home for your safety. Before we get started with this show, we're going to take a look at the work of a group called Gameheads in Oakland, who we've been showcasing at Day of the Devs for a few years, and they do fantastic work, so check them out and think about donating.
I'm wondering we'll get to see some Psychonauts 2 at some point, because Tim Schafer.
Gameheads. So Gameheads provides tech training to low-income students of color ages 15 through 25. We teach game design, development, and DevOps, but most importantly, we are committed to creating the next generation of diverse video game developers. We're trying to change the game, quite literally. So today we want to show off some games that we're very proud of. The first up is Serpent Showdown. Serpent Showdown is a lighthearted 3D arena fighting game. It's created by a group called Persuasion Games. They're headquartered at USC. The team comes from a diverse range of backgrounds and life experiences. We're very proud that 3 of our students are on this team.
I'm not going to really have much to say about these. I mean, these are made by, like, university students, so I'm not going to, like, rip on it too hard.
Trigger's a bullet hell mixed with a color matching game that incorporates...
The aesthetic of this reminds me of something, but I forgot what it was called.
This was developed by one of our students, Joseph Hooker. It's an excellent game, plays really well. Looks
Geometry Wars, it reminds me of Geometry Wars. That's what I was thinking of.
So be on the lookout for that one.
Was that a fucking Dragon Ball Z sound effect? I have no idea. I know what it is, but it looks so fucking janky.
Some really funny voiceover. It's created by an all black male team. Shout out to Tiati Suarez, Jovan Smith, Xavier Ward, Yaku Herring, and Tabari Davis.
Again, something about this looks extremely fucking jank.
So that's it
But,
for me.
okay then.
Be on the lookout for more information on these projects on our social media or on the...
So yeah, these aren't full games, by the way. These are just like things
Also
that
be on the lookout
university
for
students are
our
making
showcase coming up
under
in
some
August.
educational
Should be
program.
announcing that in the next...
So in that case, I can't really
Finally,
critique
if you're
too much or
interested in
anything,
getting
but
involved
yeah.
in the program as a mentor or as a student, You should find.
It's like, yeah, we got Crash Bandicoot 4 now. Let's show you some stuff that like some students somewhere in the world are making right now.
Volume for this next one. It's from a developer called Beethoven and Dinosaur out of Melbourne in Annapurna Interactive, and it's just plain badass. It was created by a real-life rock star with a penchant for studded jackets named Johnny Galvatron. It's epic, it's personal, it's just so fucking cool. Seriously,
wow,
turn
they
up the
actually
volume. You
said
will
fucking.
not regret it.
Fuck yeah.
My name's Johnny Galvatron from Beethoven and Dinosaur, and right now we're going to show you the video game that we've been jamming on. It's about a teenage guitar prodigy who embarks on a journey to craft his stage persona. It's called The Artful Escape. Stuff gets pretty far out, but our story begins on Earth there's a squirrel. In Calypso, Colorado, where Francis Vendetti is on the eve of his first live performance. Francis is the nephew of legendary folk icon Johnson Vendetti, who's kind of like this universe's Bob Dylan. In these opening chapters of the game, we're introduced to Francis's hometown, the staggering legacy of his uncle's fame, and the impossible expectations of his fans.
Yeah, check out that walking animation.
Many of the townspeople have opinions, even memories, of Johnson Vendetti. And they'll offer you advice, history, and ill omens. It's here, exploring Calypso, that Francis begins to suspect that things are not as they seem. Now, it gets cosmic pretty quickly for Francis in the pursuit of his new stage persona, and we join him in the world of Glimmerdim, searching for a jazz club that never appears in the same place twice.
So what, is this like a platformer? I can't tell what kind of game I'm looking at right now.
On his guitar at any time, using it to hover through the air, knee slide down slopes, and interact with a musical world. The different dimensions of the Artful Escape are alive with creatures and foliage that will harmonize with your guitar.
So I can't tell if there's a platformer or if there's like a runner game. I mean, technically both, I guess.
We wanted the shredding of the game to feel powerful and effortless, the same way some games depict a mastery of combat. Francis uses a musical language to communicate with the interfaces and creatures along his adventures. Sometimes with jazz club owners like this. And sometimes with staggering cosmic wild things.
I don't have much to say about this game. If you're expecting, like, a lot of commentary from me from this, I guess you're not going to get much.
Persona, including his stage name, what planet he's from,
Ramjet Rockfest, that's a good name.
Of course, change your stage costume. The Artful Escape is a loving mishmash of rock operas and adventure games and guitar solos. It's been a journey to create, and we can't wait for the final act. Thanks so much for watching. That's all we've got right now. Except for this.
Yeah, something tells me the Crash Bandicoot 4 thing is going to be like the highlight of this showcase that I'm streaming at the moment.
We've been curating Day of the Devs for 8 years now, and it's been amazing to see the growth of the indie scene since then. And I think you'll see that here with this next game.
Oh, that's cool. A vehicle went by and opened my noise gate there. That's awesome.
Game. I think you'll be very impressed.
Hello, I'm Pip.
And I'm Kai.
And we're from Frozen Byte and have been working on Starbase.
So I guess for now it's just going to be a bunch of like smaller indie games that we're going to be seeing for a while.
Starbase is our upcoming space MMO, set in a universe of vast scale, where everything is fully destructible.
In Starbase, the players can use their own creativity to design and build their own spaceships, stations, factories, and more. Since the smallest building unit is a single bolt, even the small ships are made of thousands of parts, each with their own detailed damage model, which makes building, designing, and repairing a truly creative process.
Seems interesting.
It's a hybrid of voxel and vertex technology, which allows the players the ultimate freedom to both create and destroy in ways where every single tiny detail matters.
However, damaged ship controls don't necessarily mean that the journey is over. If reconnecting pipes and cables won't solve your flight issues, you can manually adjust the thruster and generator values in the engine room and continue on with your journey.
Are people doing fucking Fortnite dances on that thing?
Starbase is an MMO. Player interactions play a big part of the game's experience. You can build and design ships together, sell your designs to others, go on a mining trip.
I mean, this seems
Or
interesting.
attack somebody else's ship and steal their cargo.
It seems like there's a lot of depth to like the crafting mechanic for like crafting your ship.
Engage in massive fleet battles and try to conquer the universe together.
No Man's Sky to everybody? Nah, not really. I'm joking, but for some reason I'm getting some No Man's Sky vibes from this for some reason. Also, you can go upside down. I guess this person stole the gravity mask from Crash Bandicoot 4.
The Starbase universe is infinitely expanding, and players can venture out to discover stations, asteroid fields, wreckages from previous battles, and they might encounter fellow travelers, or even unknown dangers. You can even try your luck at being the first one to reach one of the faraway moons.
I mean, that looks
Starbase
pretty cool,
will be
actually.
coming out on Steam Early Access later this year. If you're interested in following the development progress or trying out the game in its closed alpha stage, join our Discord server at discord.gg/starbase, and don't forget to purchase the game on Steam.
So it's just the way she said slash there.
This next one
Putting extra
is a
H's in there.
collision of so many familiar trappings done oh so well. It's a retro-modern genre visual mashup. It's from Big Blue Bubble out of Ontario. It just features some of the coolest, most beautiful sprite animation you've seen in a while, especially that boss battle you're about to see. Ugh. It's awesome.
So yeah, Starbase looked pretty decent.
I'm Neha from Big Blue Bubble, and we made Foregone.
This looks very much like that one game of which name I don't remember.
Foregone is a fast-moving 2D action platformer.
Ah shit, the names escaped me.
In Foregone, you'll slice your way through hordes of enemies.
I know what game this looks like, but I don't remember the fucking name of it, so I can't tell you what game it is.
Known as the Herald.
Caligan's first king, back when it was still a kingdom.
Foregone has been a passion project here at the studio for the last few years. After making mobile games for the better part of a decade, we wanted to make something that reminded us of classic games we grew up playing.
I'm gonna see if I can find the name of that game. Let's see. Philip Mewson Controversy. I'll find the name of the game that I'm thinking of through this. No, not that. Philip Mewson. Philip Music. I didn't search that. I don't know how to spell this guy's name, but hang on. IGN Philip. Oh, I'm spelling Philip wrong. It's F-I-L-I-P, not P-H.
Inspired by classic games such as Prince of Persia and Castlevania, we wanted Foregone to be a handcrafted adventure that players would progress
I might drop frames because I'm loading pages right now trying to find information. But the game I'm thinking of is called... Looking for it. Dead Cells. It looks like Dead Cells.
Also inspired by games like Diablo, where your character progresses through the game by discovering rare loot that helps you...
Sorry, I honestly couldn't remember the name of that goddamn game, but there was like a controversy. Not necessarily the controversy for the game itself, but just like somebody who like reviewed the game, and it turned out they like fucking plagiarized like somebody else's review. And then people did some digging and found out they plagiarized almost every single review he's ever done.
Early access on the Epic Games,
And that dude that like plagiarized reviews was called Philip Mewson.
Most recently with our June update, which
So yeah, he's been kind of laughed out of the game industry for that reason.
filled with new hordes of enemies.
It's kind of sad how a game as good as Dead Cells, which I've not played by the way, but I think I own a copy of that. It's funny how a game like that, like this controversy like overshadows it in a way, because a lot of people remember that controversy. But now I've heard Dead Cells is really good, and this looks like a Dead Cells-esque game. But yeah, I think I own a cartridge of it on Switch. I haven't played it yet. There's a lot of games I own on Switch that I've not played yet. Speaking of games that I need to buy, I think I heard that Duke Nukem 3D is like 50% off right now, so I might actually pick that up. Do you think Duke Nukem 3D would be a good game to stream? I say as I've got like 10 games that I need to get through, but seems like a game I might enjoy streaming, possibly.
It's been great watching the world of Foregone evolve during this time, and I'm excited for people to see what else we have in store as we lead up to our launch on Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox this October.
Oh, that's cool. It's coming to Switch.
Next up is a psychedelic, furious, art-driven platformer, which is a real meeting of minds from art to code to music. It's real fun to stare at the melty, trippy graphics of this game. Allow me to introduce you to Spinch.
Spinch? Spinch! It looks like Rhythm Heaven characters. Kind of. I don't know, I'm getting Rhythm Heaven vibes from these, like, weird things. Okay, now it doesn't look like Rhythm Heaven anymore. It looks like a really bad drug trip. Yeah, this is basically Drug Trip the game.
Hi, my name is Jesse Jacobs, and I'm the creator of Spinch in partnership with Queen Bee Games. Spinch is a psychedelic platformer game based on my artwork. You play as a Spinch, and you're on a mission to collect your missing babies. Because it may seem cool, but Spinch babies are used as ammo against the bosses. In this age of mass production, art plays a very valuable role, and Spinch was created to reflect these values.
Hey, I'm James Kirkpatrick. I made all the songs and the action sounds for the game Spinch. I used a modified Game Boy, some circuit band toys, and some instruments I made myself.
Good audio mixing you got there. So yeah, this game looks weird. I'm sure some people will enjoy this kind of weirdness. Oh, there you go, Spinch coming to Switch as well. Okay. That looks alright, I guess.
Next up is Inglet from Nifless. They've been making games for over a decade, like Knit, and they made this beautiful audiovisual soundscape that is a platformer with no platforms.
Hi, I'm Simon Stålhanske, and I'm the colleague of Nifless who's the sole developer on Inglet. Nifless is known for working on games such as Knut Underground, Ernog, and Affordable Space Adventures. Both of us are from the small Copenhagen-based studio Triple Topping Games in Denmark.
Inglet.
In Inglet, you jump between bubbles that float in the sky like you're a space dolphin. And all the while you melt into a highly reactive and dynamic soundtrack created by Inglet's custom and needlessly complicated music software. Inglet is a platformer with absolutely no platforms. If you aren't resting in a bubble for a moment,
Well, it's not really a
you'll be
platformer
doing
then, is it?
acrobatic dashing, bouncing, and rail riding to keep from plunging into the void.
I mean, I get what they're trying to say, but if it's not a if you don't have any platforms, then technically you can't call it a platformer.
Difficulty is fluid in Inglet. With the granular difficulty settings, you can find the level of challenge that suits you. Inglet has dynamic save points. You decide whether to stop, take a little break and set a respawn point, or whether to blast daringly through the level, putting everything on the line.
I do like games that have like dynamic music that like reflect the actions on screen. I mean, games like that. What was that game that I played a while back? The one with the big gorilla that like escapes or something.
Blood in its veins. Each level in Inglet is
I was gonna
based
say
on
Ape Escape, but that's not the name of it. I forgot what it was
where our
called.
studio was also based.
But yeah, games with
And
like
in
dynamic
each
music
level,
that match
you'll
up with the
need to
actions
find
on
one of
screen.
your
I like those kind of
friends and
games.
help them get home.
Yeah, I forgot what that game was called, to be honest, but that was a fun game. I played that on Game Pass
Also has
on stream.
Lightning storms, lots of achievables, an upside down world, extra mini levels, and lots of railroad tracks. A non-platformer to look forward to if you really like platformer games.
Our next game is called Skate Story, and I know what you're thinking. EA Motive just announced the sequel to Skate, but Skate Story is nothing like that, except it has the same reverence for real-world skateboarding, but it gets weird. It gets real weird. You'll see what I mean.
Hi, I'm Sam May. I'm a game
I like there's a
developer
Kirby
in
plush.
New York City, and I'm making Skate Story.
Skate Story is a game about skating down into the underworld. You play as a glass skater trying to reach the center of the underworld. The world of Skate Story is filled with beautiful architecture.
So wait, if you
out in every direction.
if you like
There are
accidentally
9
fall over,
layers
you're gonna like shatter
underneath
into a million
New York
pieces
City,
because you're made of
each
glass. Is
them
that how that's gonna
governed by
work?
a sentient moon. You'll meet weird characters like hooded demons or rusty frogs, and you'll talk to the moons in the sky. I'm trying to show skateboarding in a different sort of light. I want to skate across beautiful, otherworldly structures and kickflip over a forgotten god's statued head. I grew up playing a lot of the classic skateboarding games, like Tony Hawk, riding around the warehouse in the school for hours, or Skate, or Ollie Ollie, or even new indies such as Session or Skater XL. The control scheme of Skate Story is a weird mix between all of my favorite skate games.
In Skate Story, you have to shift your weight before you do tricks. So, for example, in real life, to do a kickflip, you have to kind of position your foot over here before you flick the board to do a kickflip. So, I hope that in Skate Story, you actually see how it mirrors real life skateboarding. I'm still working on the game, and hopefully you like what you see. Thanks for watching.
All right, next up is a game that exploded on Kickstarter recently called Black Book, a deck building adventure game set in kind of a Slavic folk horror setting. Looks terrifying.
Hello, I'm Vladimir Beletsky from Martyoshka, the studio behind Black Book. Black Book is a story of a young witch who just recently received her knowledge of dark arts. With her, you will travel across mythical, authentic landscape of 19th century Eastern Europe and encounter mythical creatures, some of them friendly, while others not so much. The game is built around true Slavic folklore short stories called Belichki in the native tongue.
Yeah, again, sorry for the lack of commentary. I can't really think of much to talk about right now while we're watching this.
These stories, along with the real region of Chirda,
I'm going to be right back, actually. I need to go check something real quick.
And sometimes even meet with otherworldly beings, some of which were never before referenced in popular culture. At its core, Black Book is a deck-building RPG similar to Slay the Spire and mixed with old-school adventure games. We took extra care to make sure that the core gameplay supports our narrative, and the narrative itself is as authentic as possible. Village has their own structure, has their own goals, and we try to convey that in our game. We feel that the unique Slavic setting and
I'm back.
lore have great promise when it comes to world building.
Yeah, sorry about that. Just had to go check something real quick.
We even went as far as to employ the help of professional ethnographers and
So I'm not sure what's going to be shown after these indie games. I think there's going to be like some like bigger games being shown after this, but
as well as Russian folklore in
yeah, I guess my brain's not in gear in terms of like commentary today. I mean, I guess I'm just like desperate for like E3 related stuff because technically E3 is not happening, so I've just been calling my stuff not E3.
mythical creatures, and you will reveal all the mysteries of the Black Book.
I mean, this is the closest we're getting to that at the moment, but at least we got some cool stuff that's happened so far. July is fast approaching, and we'll be getting that Microsoft like thing happening where we get to see some first-party Xbox Series X games. So that'll be something to look forward to. I think there's like another thing happening tomorrow as well. I might check that out because I think Sega and Atlas will be there. So we might see, I don't know, we might see Persona 5 on Switch or something. I mean, Persona 4 Golden has sold really well on Steam, so I would imagine they'd be like, oh shit, maybe if we put like Persona games on more systems and not stick it to one, it would actually get us a lot of money.
Pals from being eaten by wee beasties from the outside. It's made by the Molasses Flood, who are really good friends of ours at Double Fine and actually helped us out a lot with Psychonauts 2 in the early days. This is Drake Hollow.
Hey, my name's Forrest Dowling, and I am the creative director on Drake Hollow, and this is Lou, who will not stop pestering me because she hears me talking, so she gets to sit in my lap for this. Drake Hollow is being made by the Molasses Flood, a company I co-founded a number of years ago, and we're best known for The Flame in the Flood, which was, our only title thus far. But I'm here today to talk about Drake Hollow.
Everyone's right here.
Nice.
All right.
Oh,
Who got the chest? Oh, who's getting it?
Oh, it's me. Ooh, Wonderbus.
We call it an adventure action village building game. So I think today I'm going to head to the southeast. Gonna go try and find that lighthouse. When we started working on this, we had previously worked on a pretty hardcore survival game, and what I wanted to try is just making a game that explored a lot of the same ideas, but it wasn't so much about you surviving as it is about you taking care of something and helping it survive. It's a game about taking care of things, and that's where the concept of the Drakes came about. They're sort of the heart of the game. They're these kind of charming little vegetable goblin creatures that are kind of dopes.
Vegetable goblins, I never thought I'd hear those two words together.
Provide food to eat and entertainment for them.
Seems like our drakes could use a little more entertainment. Let's see what I can build them.
Oh god, it's that fucking like fake speaker voice, like speaking gaming voice thing that Ubisoft used to do. It's like, oh, maybe I should put this here. Let's do this. Okay, Roger, Roger.
It's your masterpiece.
Delta Charlie.
Mm-hmm. Oh, are you gonna dance?
Yeah, epic gamer moment. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Ah yeah. So I hate it when fucking trailers do that shit.
Take care of them.
It annoys the fuck out of me.
For help as well. So if you want to play,
like, I get that they're doing that to illustrate how the game's going to work, but you don't need that fucking kind of voice. Come on now. Like, Ubisoft did that shit all the time, and people were sick of it then. But the game itself looks fine.
Side, little buddy.
I guess you could say it looks double fine, but no, seriously, it looks alright. Sorry for getting into a semi-rant there about, like, gamer voice, but yeah, that's something that's always bugged me.
Maybe I should... Oh no, I'm out of decoys. That's true. That's fair. I'd be scared too. Oh no! We can revive you. Right in the middle of combat. There you go.
Thanks. Just got juggled. That's it. I know.
Ha ha ha! I'm pretending to act. Ha 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 ha.
Hey, look at that.
I'm playing a game.
There's building. There's rescuing drakes. And there's battling
Sorry for me riffing so hard on that aspect.
I hope you enjoy it.
Just it really does annoy me, but it's also something I laugh at. Anyways, so that was Drake Hollow. Right, next
Retro
up.
throwback games are all the rage, but they are hard to nail. 8-bit, 16-bit era stuff, not all developers know how to do it right. But there's one in particular that we've been showing since the very beginning of Day of the Devs 8 years ago. Their name is Tribute Games, and they're out of Montreal. And fun fact, the core creatives that made the Scott Pilgrim game in-house at Ubisoft broke away and founded Tribute. Here's their latest retro opus.
Speaking of Scott Pilgrim game, I wonder if we're ever going to see that again.
My name is Frédéric Gemus, and
There's been
I work
rumors
as a
that
designer
Ubisoft's
at
going to
Tribute
bring back
Games,
that Scott Pilgrim
and today
game.
I'm here to present you our latest game, Panzer Paladin. Massive weapons are raining down from the skies, releasing hordes of demons, and it is your job to travel the world and stop them from invading the planet. Today, we are visiting Egypt, where we'll be fighting Anubis, the weapon keeper of the region. Oh, and as you noticed, the game is boasting some pretty rad pixel art visuals for maximum nostalgia triggering goodness. In Panzer Paladin,
This looks like
you play as Grit.
I'm getting a little bit of Mega Man vibes from this. This looks neat.
Technology. Grit is able to fight the demons by using their own weapons against them. As you fight your way through the game, you'll discover hundreds of different melee weapons. Each weapons fall into a different melee category, like cut or impact, making them more effective against different types of enemies. Each weapon is also imbued with different stats and spells. By breaking the weapon, you'll cast its spell. In that case, a sweet healing spell. As for weapon attacks, well, you can use them to do downward stabs and bounce on enemies, or do a rising attack, which acts as a double jump. Or you can simply throw them at enemies' face to deal massive damage. But watch out, weapons do wear down. Keep an eye out for your weapon's durability. See, my weapon broke, but no worries. There are plenty of weapons to collect all around the game. Throwing weapons at enemies or breaking them to cast powerful spells is part of what makes Panzer Paladin so much fun. But perhaps your greatest weapon in the game might just be Flame, the squire that pilots the Paladin from the inside. She can eject to sneak into tight spaces, or to recharge the power armor when it's low on energy using those tanks. She can swing from rings with her laser whip, or use it to strike demons as well. But, as you can see, she can't pick up the demonic weapon, as only Grit can do so. Flame can eject at any time, and you could even play the whole game as her if you'd like. You can
So yeah, that
sacrifice
whole
a
thing where you
weapon
like
and
leave the
use
mech
pedestrals
body, that
to
reminds me of
checkpoint.
Blaster
Checkpoints
Master.
are well worth it. Mainly
This
when
looks
you
pretty good
encounter
actually.
creatures like this one. This is the Horseman. If you hoard too many spirit weapons, the mythical creature will come to fight you. A perfectly timed block, followed by an attack, will open up any enemy's defense and create a parry. You can also use the backdash, a lightning quick move that will dodge almost any attacks, especially those unblockable energy attacks. The Horseman is a powerful enemy that you'll encounter multiple times in the game, truly challenging your swordplay skills as you progress. And by defeating the Horseman, you will be rewarded with a mysterious weapon from the Blacksmith, a weapon created by the community. With the Blacksmith, you can forge anything
I saw an
you
NES
want.
controller there.
You simply need to draw the pixel art using our
Oh,
simple-to-use
that's
tool,
cool.
name your creation, and allocate the points to the different parameters in spell.
So you can
Once safe,
basically swing
your
a fucking
friends,
pixelated
family,
deck if
and
you
the
really
whole Panzer
wanted to.
Paladin community
I could
will
see a
have
lot of
access
people
to your
doing that.
pixel-crafted armory. Set or slice a world record in the speedrun mode. Replay all levels and try to beat your friend's time, the community's best, or just your own. Find shortcuts, maximize combat techniques, and discover new ways to save time.
Okay, so
Earn medals
this is probably
and place your name
one of my
high
favorite
up
games that
on
I'm
the
seeing today.
leaderboards.
This one, I thought that said
Panzer
Jontron there
Paladin
in
is
number
packed
5.
with 70
That said
carefully
Jonathan, I
crafted
think,
levels,
or
each
Jonathan.
with a unique boss,
Jonathan.
protecting a powerful weapon for you to seize. By completing your first run of the game, you'll unlock the Remix mode, where you can access alternative versions of all of the levels, upping the difficulty and doubling the fun. Yup, that's a whole lot of side-scrolling action. The game
So
is
is this
set to
game
release this
coming to
summer
Switch?
for Steam and Nintendo Switch. So
Nice.
keep an eye out for tribute games on all of the major social networks and add the game to your Steam wishlist. Hope you enjoyed today's presentation and stay safe, everyone.
Right, I think I'm going to look out for that one. That one looks fun, actually.
No, your stream is not broken for this next one. It's definitely in black and white. There's not a lot you can say about this game. It's super unique, it sounds awesome, and it's unlike anything you've ever seen before. And it's from a developer named Games for Ghosts, which is a name that will make sense in about 3 seconds.
Hey, this is Jean Davet from Games for Ghosts, and I'm happy to present our work-in-progress computer game, Haunted Garage. Haunted Garage has been in the making on and off since about 2018 and is created by myself and Richard Peterson.
Okay. I have no idea what's going on with this one.
I handle the artwork, sound and creative direction, and Richard makes it all function and magically come together on the programming and technical side.
So you play a game within a game? Yeah, sorry if that's a little hard to read. I had to lower the
Haunted Garage has taken many
I had to lower the video
forms
quality a
in its
little bit because it was
evolution over the
buffering
years.
earlier.
And what started out as curious experiments with drawings and sounds has turned into a music production adventure game. Taking inspiration from games such as Myst, King's Quest, Plug and Play to Samros 3, Richard and I eventually decided to put all our experiments under one roof, interconnect all these disparate audio-visual toys that allow you to create an evolving musical loop. So is this a spooky game? Well, not really. It's haunted in the sense that you're not exactly sure who's in control or what the state of reality or context is.
Right, while this is happening, I'm gonna check the Switch eShop to see if that Duke Nukem 3D thing's on sale in the EU
Garage as in
eShop.
a place where dreams are realized.
Because I know it's on sale in the US eShop, but I'll see if I can buy it from the EU eShop. So I'm just gonna do that while I'm watching this. Because I don't really have much to add to this particular game because I don't know what the fuck to make of it.
And not to mention band practice. You're also creating your own evolving soundtrack to this strange little pixel adventure game.
Again, I don't know
where
how
you
much longer
explore and
this
discover
game
new
developer thing goes on
instruments
for.
and artifacts to add to your
But,
collection.
yeah.
This game is definitely about making music, but it's also about puzzling over and manipulating these little contraptions we've designed to have limited functionality, but many variables and combinations.
Alright, Duke Nukem, let's see, is it 50% off on the European eShop? Yes, it is.
Haunted Garage aims to
Right,
allow
well, I guess
players
I'm
to have a
gonna buy
comfortable,
that then.
creative experience. Unlike traditional digital audio workstations that can overwhelm beginners easily, the instruments in Haunted Garage provide you with a fun and non-intimidating environment to become acquainted with musical concepts, while also providing enough room for more experienced musicians to flex their creative skills within the limitations.
So yeah, the Duke Nukem 3D thing is coming to Switch tomorrow, but the pre-order price is like 50% off, so it's like £8 down to
So far, we've
£4.
only really scratched the surface
Or
in terms of what we
$10
wanna
down
make
to
possible.
$5 if you buy it on the US
We have a
eShop.
substantial amount of
So yeah,
devices,
I might as well buy it at that
interactive
price
vignettes
because I
that
was
have
going to get
already
that
been
anyway.
designed and waiting to be implemented. Besides Adventure Mode, we plan to introduce other game modes that will allow players to construct and capture their own full songs and packaged releases.
Oh, that's cool. I've got nearly 500 gold coins, so I can get that for nothing, essentially.
Garage version 1
awesome.
is by no means a finished
There we go,
product,
that's me
many
pre-ordered
corners
or
still need to be
pre-purchased
ironed
it.
out. But what we have achieved thus far is the groundwork for what we see as an exciting new adventure gaming experience. Whether it's just about going along for the ride and adventuring, or spending hours mastering your
The
skills
YouTube stream might start buffering a little bit because I'm downloading this game. I'm going to see if that happens. If it does, I'll just like set my Switch to airplane mode until I'm done streaming. Right, well, it says it'll be done in about 15 minutes. Right, okay then. Maybe I'll stream Duke Nukem 3D.
Next up is
on
the Eternal
Switch.
Cylinder from Ace Team in Chile. They've been making games for a long time, all the way back to Xenoclash, and they have a very unique personal house style. I think you'll see reflected here, and it's a bonkers game.
Hello, I'm Carlos Bordeo from the studio Ace Team, the people who made Rock of Ages and Xenoclash, and I'm here to talk to you about the
I've heard of Rock of
Cylinder, our
Ages.
upcoming game.
Never played it, but apparently that's a pretty good game. This looks like a Vinesauce Sunday stream game.
It's an adventure survival game, but very different to anything
Speaking
out
of
there
which, I don't know what Vinny streamed last night. I haven't even checked yet.
They're like a family of creatures who are born in this very surreal and alien world. The main obstacle, the main thing about the game is that it has this huge cylinder which is crushing.
Ah, shit.
The entire
Yeah.
world, destroying
I think downloading this is causing the stream to buffer. So I am going to... Yeah, give me 1 second. I'm trying to set my Switch to airplane mode so it stops downloading this. For some reason there isn't a pause download function on the Switch, so that's a little bit annoying. Flight mode, right, there we go. Like when you download shit on Switch, you either have to like set it to airplane mode to pause it, or you have to cancel the entire download, which I don't understand why there isn't a dedicated pause function, but whatever. Anyway, the Switch has stopped downloading it. I will download the rest of that off the stream. There's no point in downloading it right now, because it doesn't... It's basically preloading, it's not... Speaking of preloading, I should get Ninjala as well, because I think that also releases this week. I do believe Ninjala is up for preload at the moment. I don't remember what day that game comes out. I think it might be the 24th, I could be wrong.
This time, the discovery of a new statue and the knowledge it granted was not a surprise, but a welcome sign that there was someone waiting for the Drebop. As soon as they completed the trials, of course, as was only appropriate.
Right, okay, I just looked it up there. Ninjala's coming out on Wednesday, so 24th.
An ambitious title for Ace Team. We really want people to explore this world and looking forward to completing the project.
Early ray tracing preview. So what is this, a PlayStation 5 game we're looking at? I mean, I gotta be honest, I can't tell what the ray tracing is exactly. Again, I think ray tracing's a bit of a buzzword sort of thing. I mean, it's real, but it's something that I think is... Yeah, it'll make games look nicer, but it's not really adding anything to the game, is it?
Social experience experiment that's gathered the attention of a lot of players. It's altruistic, it's compassionate, it's exactly.
Oh yeah, that's right. There's a Pokemon Presents on Wednesday as well. There's a lot of stuff to be streaming this week that's like not necessarily video game related or like me playing my games.
We are honored to be part of the Day of the Devs and Summer Game Fest. Like you, we're excited to see what indie creators and studios have been up to. It is always a great source of inspiration and a mid-year recharge for the hardworking indie developers. We're so proud to see the fast-growing indie community and filled with gratefulness from the amazing players worldwide who have been supporting us over the years. As Sky approaches 1 year anniversary, we'll launch a new season, which comes with new stories, characters, and most importantly, a relaxing vacation that we all miss. Leading up to Sky's first birthday, we'll announce more surprises. Until then, please enjoy this teaser. Season of Sanctuary. Thank you.
Okay. I am wondering what that Pokemon Presents is going to be, because it's weird that they're like dividing that up into like 2 separate presentations, like one after the other, like 1 week and then the next week. Like there's been rumours going around that there might be like a new Let's Go game that's based on Generation 2, Gold and Silver. I'd be down for that, if that ends up being real. Yeah, don't you love gameplay trailers that show you absolutely no fucking gameplay?
It's no secret
Those are great.
The team at Double Fine loves a really good point-and-click adventure, and this one from Whalestalk Interactive looks like a really, really cool expression of the genre. It's moody, it's woodsy, it's spooky, and it's really beautifully animated. This is The Night is Grey.
Hey there, hope everyone is doing okay. My name is André Broa, and I'm the creative director at Whalestalk Interactive. I'd like to show you The Night is Grey.
I'm wondering if we'll get to see information on Detective Pikachu for Switch, because we know that one is in development. They confirmed it about a year ago, but we haven't actually seen what it looks like yet.
In this cinematic thriller, you play as Graham, who is being followed by strange wolves in the woods, until he finds a cabin with a little girl abandoned by her mother. You suspect the worst has happened, and now you're responsible for the child's survival in a strange night that keeps getting stranger. We tried for a somewhat surreal and creepy David Lynchian atmosphere. Besides being a lovable character, Anna is also part of a game mechanic. As you explore scenarios and solve different puzzles with her help, you have to switch from playing on your own to carrying her around. Like any adventure game, you have to solve puzzles to progress. No pixel hunting, we promise. We are trying to reach the sweet spot between frustration and accomplishment by changing up the pace.
Again, there's going to be very little commentary for me for these kind of games because I don't really have much to add or say to it. Yeah, I don't think we're going to see Generation 9 anytime soon. I think the DLC expansion passes are just their way to, like, rather than, like, do Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon or Pokemon Black and White 2, like, DLC is kind of like the thing that's going to fill the gap between Gen 8 and Gen 9. I don't think we'll see Gen 9 for a good few years yet. I think we'll see a Gen 4 remake before then. Right, okay then, well that was that game, Will Stork.
Day of the Devs gives us a chance to highlight really personal stories from developers who have a unique point of view. And this title from super hot and Australian developer Andrew Brophy really is a good example of that. It's super weird. Welcome to the messed up future of Knuckle Sandwich.
Oh, I've heard of this game.
Hello, my name is Andrew Brophy. I'm a game designer from Melbourne.
This might be a
Australia.
game I would stream, actually.
I'm very pleased to have the opportunity to show you what I'm currently working on. It's a video game called Knuckle Sandwich.
This game is basically inspired by Earthbound, basically. I've had my eye on this game for a while, but I don't know when this game is releasing. Maybe it's finally on the cusp of releasing this year, possibly?
I would describe it as a personal game, hiding inside an offbeat, turn-based RPG. It's set on a fictional island off the southeast coast of Australia, where players will find themselves assuming control of a young man who moves to the island and gets wrapped up in the lives of all the people that live there. Along the way, you'll have run-ins with a dangerous gang, a fanatical cult, and a heap of other island residents.
Key.
As I mentioned earlier, Knuckle Sandwich features turn-based battles. They function pretty much exactly how you would expect, except all special abilities are replaced with a huge variety of minigames.
Okay, so it's kind of like Undertale in that regard. But yeah, the visuals in the background kind of remind me of like Earthbound as well. Earthbound/Mother. So yeah, I think this element of the combat is what's getting me interested in this game, because I've had my eye on this game for a while now, but every time I like check to see if the game is like close to completion, there's just like no release date for it, so I wonder if this means that the game is actually almost finished now. Because I'll probably end up streaming this one, because I think I saw Vinny stream a demo of it about a couple years ago, and it looks really fucking good. Funny how when it's a game I'm actually interested in, I start like talking more and more, but when it's like another game, it's like, okay then, it's a game. Seems like they got a lot of gameplay on show here as well, so we get like a good chunk of what the game looks like and how it works.
I hope you dig it. Thanks.
This is a really exciting one to end on. Nice final beat.
Alright, well we didn't get a release date, unfortunately, but
creators of The Messenger.
Game's on its way, apparently.
Chrono Trigger will be very excited about this one. And if you haven't seen this on Kickstarter, you should check it out, because they've been sharing a lot of really awesome behind-the-scenes footage.
Maybe we'll get Mother 3 on Switch. I don't think Mother 3 is ever going to get a localization for a number of reasons.
About 3 months ago, we revealed our next game through a Kickstarter campaign, and we were blown away by the response. Our new game is called Sea of Stars. It's a turn-based RPG inspired by the retro classics. And so much has happened since then. Even though it's only been 3 months, we had Yasunori Mitsuda, the Chrono Trigger's composer, who joined the team as a guest composer. And also we're working on a playable demo, which is coming out just next month for backers. And we were also invited by Summer Game Fest to celebrate with them by putting something together.
Oh, so she's
So we
shoveling
were
right back
delighted
there.
by the opportunity to work on an updated trailer to show some of the polished up animation we've been doing, and also give a bit more screen time to a character that some people felt endearing and wanted to see more of. And so, you know, with everything going on in the world, it seems our duty as entertainers finds new purpose. And so we sincerely hope that you will find enjoyment in this fresh look at Sea of Stars. Stay safe, everyone.
Oh, cool. The Messenger. I played that game. Oh yeah, I think they showed this game during one of those Nindies a while back. Seems like a Chrono Trigger-esque RPG. I've never played Chrono Trigger, so you redacted for spoilers. Right, okay then. So yeah, the Messenger was like a Ninja Gaiden inspired platformer that was like more 8-bit in its like aesthetic. This one seems like a very high quality 16-bit JRPG looking thing. Oh wow, that game's quite far off. Not even next year, that's like 2 years away.
We tricked you. We have one more surprise. It's a world exclusive.
One last thing.
And it's from the creator of Pinout and Smash Hit. These are games that have literally been downloaded hundreds of millions of times. This is the creator's first console title, and it is trippy as hell.
Okay. Oh, that's the inside of a mouth. It took me a second to process what the fuck I was looking at there. Right. Skydiving through fucking Cheerios. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Again. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, the video game. It's a very trippy looking game though. Overlook Trail? If I can read that. Yeah, it's Overlook Trail. It's weird. I have no idea what the fuck it's about, but that looks interesting.
We'll be back in July with another Summer Game Fest developer showcase.
If you're looking to have your game featured in the next Day of the Devs, we'll be having an open call for submissions for the July showcase.
So keep your eyes on dayofthedevs.com for submissions opening soon.
Thank you, as always, to the generous support of our partners for making all of this possible. PlayStation, Idea Xbox, Nintendo, Epic Games Store, Steam. It takes a village of...
Did any of those games that show up today were Epic Games Store exclusive, I wonder? I mean, Ublitz wasn't there, but...
Special thanks to Dose One, rapper, poet, composer, for lending his sounds to our soundtrack for today's broadcast. His music is dope. Check it out. But stay tuned. Summer Game Fest Developer Showcase is not over yet. We've still got some surprises in store.
Thanks to you for watching, and thanks for all the developers around the world who submitted games. Bye.
See you later, Tim Schafer.
Thanks for watching. Thank you, Skulls.
We're gonna see some. We're gonna see some Psychonauts 2 at some point. I'm not sure.
Oh, just take a video when you clap.
Well, no, it has to be in that stream. Did you stop yours?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
You're the best. Thank you very much.
Oh, we got a music performance thing then. Content claim. Yeah, I'm just gonna mute that entirely. Right, okay then, so of that presentation thing we saw there, the Day of the Devs I think it was called, like all that indie stuff. The games that stood out to me, Knuckle Sandwich, it was good to see like a good chunk of that game being shown off. So I don't know if there was a release date for that, I don't think there was. Yeah, again, just, I mean, you can watch the visuals if you want, but I've muted this because I don't want to get content claimed for fucking music, because YouTube is fun like that. But that other game, what was it called? Something Paladins? I forgot what it was called, but the game where you have, like, a big blade and a mech armor, that game looks a lot of fun. I'll probably check that one out. And I think there was like another game in there that had my interest, but I don't remember what it was. There was like something in there that looked kind of cool as well, but mainly those two games stood out as like the games that I'm probably going to end up picking up at some point. Oh yeah, the one that looked like Dead Cells, I forgot what that one was called. That game looked good also. But I forgot what the name of it, so I can't really tell you what it was called, but the one that looks Dead Cells-ish. Dead Cells-ish. What are those? Right, okay then, so yeah, this is just music, and is that Skeletor? I see a little Skeletor thing sitting there. Oh god, he's stripping. Glug. Right, okay then, so I mean, if you want to hear some of the music, I mean, I don't know if this will get content claimed, maybe not, I don't know. Right, that's enough of that then, so I see the little bullet thing from Enter the Gungeon is also there as well, among all that, the stuff that's like around him. Like you see there, bottom right. And I see, fuck, what's that called? My friend Pedro, the banana, is there as well. There's like a lot of indie stuff shown around here. I see Garfield. I'm looking around to see if I can find anything I recognise. I think that's about it. There might be something else in there that I don't see. But I can't really see anything else beyond those. Right, so I'm not sure what's coming up next. I guess more games are being shown off next after this musical performance is done. I'm not sure how much longer this Summer Games Fest thing is going to go on for. It's mainly just me checking this out on stream. I don't think I'll be playing a game after this. I was thinking about maybe playing some Smash Brothers afterward if that DLC released today, but it's not. It's releasing next week. So I'll stream Smash Brothers when that ARMS DLC drops. I don't know how long this goes on for, so give me a couple minutes. I'm just going to check my emails real quick. Oh, that's cool. My copy of SpongeBob Rehydrated arrived today, actually, not tomorrow. The game comes out tomorrow, but I pre-ordered it online. It got delivered one day early. So I might, like, after I'm done streaming, I might go and pick that up. I don't know if I'll stream that today. Probably not, actually. Don't know if I feel like streaming later tonight. But at least I'll have that ready for tomorrow, so I don't need to, like, go pick that up tomorrow. Like, I don't have stuff delivered directly to my apartment anymore for a number of reasons, because it's a bit of an inconvenience for me. Because if I'm not in the apartment, or if I'm sleeping, and the postman tries to deliver, like, a game or something, if I'm not around for that, then I have to, like, go to the local delivery depot to, like, pick it up, and it's, like, a few miles away. So I have, like, a surrogate address that I, like, get my stuff posted to, and then I go pick it up, and then I come back with it. It's easier that way for me. So yeah, I can go pick that up in, like, an hour or something. God, how long is this going to go on for? Yeah, just, if you're wondering why this is muted, it's because more than likely I'm going to get content claimed for just pure music. So I'm just going to let this run its course. I think we're almost done here. And then we'll see some more video games. Right, I'm just going to check the rest of my emails then. Right, okay then, haven't really missed anything important. Right, that's cool. Oh yeah, speaking of Switch games that are being delivered, I got an email a few days ago saying that my Switch copy of the Wonderful 101 Remastered got shipped, so I think I'll be getting that in the next couple weeks. I'm not sure how long that's going to take to deliver overseas. Probably take like 2 or 3 weeks to get that. But yeah, that's technically on its way now. I need to stream some more of the Steam version of that game. I'll be doing that soon. I've been meaning to get back to the Wonderful 101. It's a pretty good game. But yeah, technically I backed this, like, my backer thing, let me get, like, the Switch version of the game. But due to, like, the delays of, like, shipping that game out, they sent me a Steam key as well. So I've been playing the Steam version. But I'll technically have, like, a Switch version that I can keep to myself. Don't really have much to say right now, so how are you guys doing? Staying safe? Doing much? What games have you guys been playing lately? Any good stuff? Like, the only games I've been playing is just like the stuff you see me play on stream, and Persona 4 Golden, I've been playing that off the stream. And that's about it for me. I'll need to play some Xenoblade off the stream, because I got to a point in the game where I need to kill a bunch of enemies to, like, advance the story. But I think I'm severely underleveled, because Shulk dies in like 2 seconds when I try to encounter these enemies. So I'm going to probably level him up a few times off the stream, and then we can try that part again next time I stream Xenoblade. So that's pretty much all I've been playing, and then everything else has just been on-stream stuff. Just been playing Pokemon Sword. Yeah, I don't know how long that DLC is. I've been trying to pace myself because I don't want to, like, go through the DLC too quickly. But I'm just about to do the 3rd trial, and I think there's not that much content after that. I mean, you can, like, do the Diglett hunting, you can explore the wild area, but I think I'm almost done with, like, the main story portion of the Isle of Armor, maybe. I'm not entirely sure how long it goes on for exactly. Again, trying to pace myself for the sake of the stream with that game. I feel like the Crown Tundra is going to be like a more, like, substantial DLC release, but that's not going to be for another several months. I don't know if we got a month for that one. Also, Jesus Christ, this is going on forever. How long has this been on for now? Like, almost 10 minutes? Yeah, look at that guy. He's really fucking getting into it right now. Can I... Hang on, I'm using my PlayStation 4 to do this. Can I zoom in? No? No, I don't think you can... Let me try something real quick. I don't know how you do this. I'm trying to, like, do the zoom in function on the PlayStation 4. I don't remember how you do that. No? Shit. Okay, hang on a second. Okay, Google. PlayStation 4 zoom function. I don't remember the keyword, the key function for this, like the shortcut. Okay, so the zoom feature, I just need to see how you do this again. Press the PlayStation button and the square button together. Right, okay then, so... There we go. Yeah, if you just want to see this guy really getting into fucking making music, there you go. You're welcome. I mean, you don't need to see the rest of the room. You just need to see this. This wonderful fucking Chad of a man here. I just felt my bones cracking there as I readjusted my seat. I'm getting old, man. And there's a... I don't know, Pyramid Head. I guess I'm gonna call that thing. I'm glad the PlayStation 4 has a zoom function like the Switch does, because I use that zoom function a lot for streaming purposes. Like, if I want to zoom in on a specific thing on the screen, I can do that. The only thing that bothers me about the PlayStation 4 zooming is you can only move a certain amount of pixels to the left or right, so I can't exactly, for example, center this guy in the middle. I don't know why it's like that. Because on the Switch you can move it to any pixel you want, any coordinate, but in this one it's limited to, like, small quadrants. Whatever. So yeah, again, there's Skeletor and Mr. Pyramid Head with a toy gun and Long Cat. And there's this guy again. Okay, so while I'm waiting for this to finish, let me tell you what's coming up in terms of, like, not E3 related stuff. Let's see, so we've got... Give me 1 second to bring up the list of Summer Game Fest stuff. So there's like another thing happening tomorrow called New Game Plus Expo NGPX. And the description for this one is announcements and updates from companies including Sega, Atlus, and more. So we're going to see Sega there, we're going to see Atlus. The Atlus people make RPGs including Shin Megami Tensei and Persona. So maybe we'll see Persona 5 for Switch, I don't know, that would be nice. The 24th will be Avengers, the new Avengers game. I don't know if I'll watch that, I think I'm going to give that a pass. 25th, Cyberpunk 2077, I'll give that a pass. Bit Summit on the 27th, an upcoming look at Japanese independent games. I might check that out, I don't know. But yeah, I might check out NGPX, the New Game Plus Expo. I think that would be interesting. July, on July 12th, we've got Ubisoft Forward, which is their not E3 press conference, basically. They're like Nintendo Direct thing, where they're going to show off their upcoming games. So we'll probably see Gods and Monsters, we'll see, I don't know, Watch Dogs 3, and we'll see a couple other things. Maybe we'll see some more of Assassin's Creed Valhalla during that. On July 14th, and this is hilarious, I'm going to take a screenshot because I want to show this one. Because this is something I think nobody's going to be looking forward to. Yeah, check this out. On July 14th, there's going to be a fucking Stadia-focused event called Stadia Connect. And it's like, absolutely nobody's going to give a shit about this. Like, Stadia has been a shit show ever since it launched last year, and it hasn't really gotten any better. Stadia is back with their next Stadia Connect on July 14th. I didn't know they had a Stadia Connect before this, to be honest. I thought this was like the first one. But yeah, that's happening. I'm not going to check that out. I don't give a shit about cloud gaming. My internet cannot fucking... Like, in the best of, like, situations, I still can't do cloud gaming, so I am absolutely not interested in that whatsoever. And then July 20th, toward the end of July, we have another developer showcase and more Day of the Dev stuff, so that will be happening then. And then August, there's quite a few things in August. We've got TennoCon 2020, Digital Extremes updates, Warframe players on what's next. Oh, that's like Warframe stuff. Right, never mind then. And then August 27th, the Gamescom 2020 opening night live, which I might stream that. Because I think I streamed Gamescom 2019 live, and that was pretty good. So that's pretty much it for August, and that's everything. So even though it's how much longer is this guy gonna fucking dance and like make music? I thought this would have been done by now. Is this really like 20 minutes long, like that other one? But yeah, even though it's not really E3 time, we're still getting this fucking face. We're still getting E3-esque stuff. But I kind of don't like how Summer Game Fest is like being spread out across like several months and not being like... I mean, it's better than like having everything in like 3 days. But at the same time, maybe you could have spread it out a little bit more evenly. Like maybe make it like 3 to 4 weeks worth of like announcements and not spread it across 3 whole months, because there's not enough stuff to go around, I feel. Because there's like big gaps. Like let me read the gaps between these. Like we've got June 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 25th, like all that stuff all together at once, and then the 27th. But then after that, it's like July 12th, so that's like a 3-week gap right there, and then July 14th, and then there's a week gap, and then July 20th, and then after that, August 1st, so that's like another couple weeks gap from that, and then 27th, which is like 3 weeks. So yeah, maybe they should have like... Maybe when they do Summer Games Fest next year, they could like space this out a little bit more coherently. and not make us like wait a couple weeks for like the next thing. Maybe it's just because they couldn't like properly plan things out this year because the whole coronavirus thing has like kind of thrown everything in fucking disarray at the moment. But are we done yet? Is there still music happening? Yeah, there's still music happening. So I thought that was like the end of it there. I thought the guy was about to keel over and die for a moment. Yeah, so I got nothing. I don't know what to say right now. Crash Bandicoot 4 looks good. Maybe I'll stream some Crash 2 and Crash 3 in the lead up to Crash 4's release. That game comes out October, so that's like 4 months away, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, 4 months away, so we're not that far away from Crash Bandicoot 4. See, it's funny, we've seen some games that have been announced that are not coming out for like... that are not coming out until like 2022, and then you get Crash Bandicoot 4, and it's like, oh, it's coming out in 4 months. And then Nintendo announced a new Paper Mario game, and that's coming out in like 2 months. So I don't know how much longer this is going to go on for, to be honest. I thought this was like a 5-minute thing, but no, this is going on really goddamn long. I'm running out of things to say here. Are we done?
Thank you. I'm Dose. This has been another Day of the Devs production. I am 8-Bit in the house. These are the solemn sounds of Sludge Light. But more important than any of this shit is that Black Lives Matter.
Are we doing some more music, or is that it? I thought he was like wrapping up there, but I don't know if he is. Nah, okay then. Yeah, I'm getting bored now with this fucking thing. Like, did we need fucking music performances in between game announcements? Like, just give us the game announcements, please. That's all I'm here for. That's the only reason I'm streaming this thing. I'm just gonna quickly reply to somebody right now while I'm waiting. Right, let's see. Right, okay then, sorry about that. I was just responding to something on my phone. Or are we leaving now? Are we unstripping? Okay, bye! God, that went on for like a million years, that thing. Jesus Christ. So I'm not sure if we're gonna get anything else after this. That might be it, actually, I'm not entirely sure. Again, their schedule's kind of weird, so I'm not 100% sure what's going on exactly, so this might actually be the end of the whole thing, so maybe I just wasted like 20 minutes of my life just waiting for something to happen after that. Alright, I think that actually is the end of it. Right, okay then, so I honestly thought it was going to be like more game announcements after that. That's a weird way to end it. Like, let's just do like 20 minutes of like randomly improvising music with like weird equipment and like bullet plushies and stuff around me and like, you know, stuff like that. But yeah, other than that, there was some good stuff there. Crash Bandicoot 4 was obviously like the big thing. That was like the thing that they led off with, and it looks really good. I say as somebody who's only ever played the first Crash Bandicoot game, and that's only through the Insane trilogy. But it looks like the true follow-up to the Crash series that people wanted, and I hope it ends up being as fun as it looks, because it looks a lot of fun. And I really should check out Crash 2 and Crash 3, because I bought the Insane trilogy years ago, and I streamed Crash Bandicoot 1 on that trilogy, but I never played 2 or 3, so I want to play Spyro 2 at some point on that Reignited trilogy, but I think that can wait for now. I think I can maybe do Crash 2 instead. But it would be nice if got like a new Spyro game as well. Maybe somebody's already hard at work on that on Spyro 4. Seems like, yeah, Activision's a very fucking scummy company, but at least they're giving Crash Bandicoot and Spyro the Dragon a lot of like love lately. Like, we're getting a lot of good stuff for those two franchises. So it's not all bad in Activision, I guess. I mean, that's one good thing about them. I mean, everything else is bad, but at least we got something for those two. So yeah, I think I'm gonna wrap up here. There isn't really anything else happening now. I think that's pretty much the full extent of this. I've been streaming for nearly 3 hours now. So a bit longer than I expected, to be honest. Like 30 minutes of that was like Smash Brothers, and then the rest of that was just the Summer Game Fest thing.